Fishing with Bill Dance. Follow me, we're fishing with Bill Dance today. Howdy, I'm glad that you're here. You probably found me, one, because you really like big bluegills, or two, because you want to grow monster fish. Welcome to my channel. How was that for an intro? If your goal is to grow trophy fish, do not skip fall feeding, especially if you want healthy giant fish next year. I'm going to share with y'all today many of the benefits that come from feeding in the fall and why they're important, but I'm also going to be sharing with you underwater footage. Well, it's not technically underwater, it's kind of like on top of the water, but it's so gin clear you can see what bluegills look like in spawning so that you can understand energy in versus energy out, because that's one of the main components in growing trophy fish. Anytime you want to grow big fish, you have to look at how much energy out do they expend versus how much energy in do they take in. Fall is one of those times where it is an absolute necessity. If you want to continuously produce great fish, you've got to feed in the fall. By the time fall gets here, bluegill have spawned anywhere from 4, 5, 6, even 7 times since spring. So it is really important to, number one, understand that energy in versus energy out concept. And I've got some really great footage of a male bluegill guarding the nest and just what that energy out really looks like. A couple of weeks ago, I headed up to Lake Gunnersville, and it was around the full moon in August, and just so happened, you know, coincidence maybe, was I looking for it? Absolutely. Found some bluegills on the bed. The water was perfectly clear, so I was able to take some video, which I'm going to show you now. Couple of key things I want you to keep in mind as you're watching this video. Watch the male bluegill, because that's what it is. It's a male parental bluegill on the bed. Watch him stay in high alert. Watch how he never stops, kind of like I never stop talking about bluegill. He never stops moving. He is constantly circling that nest, guarding that nest, chasing away predators. He is on high alert the entire time he's on that nest. This is such a great textbook example of energy out. Now imagine, for the last 5, 6 months, you've done that multiple times, several days in a row. You have expended a ton of energy. A lot of people don't realize that bedding fish lose weight. They're also under an immense amount of stress for their central nervous system, because remember, they're on high alert, they're constantly moving. A lot of things are happening. So fall is a unique season for feeding, because not only do water temps cool, which allow your fish to move around a little bit more freely, they're a little bit more happy, a little bit more eager to take feed because they're not under high stress, but you're going to hold dissolved oxygen better in your water when your water temps are cooler. Fish literally just feed more efficiently in cooler water, not cold, cooler water. The other side of that is they are going to be preparing for winter. Their metabolism slows significantly in colder water. So fall is kind of that sweet spot where you get to do 2 things. You get to feed your fish, and you should be feeding your fish a lot during this time of the year, but you also get to replenish all those energy stores that they have just spent the last several months guarding nest and trying to regulate body temp in very warm water. They have had so much energy out, they need those reserves replenished. Every pellet counts. Every bit of feed that you can get into them prior to winter not only ensures that those energy stores and those energy reserves are up to par, but it also is going to allow them to put on a little bit of additional weight as they head into winter, which is a time where water temps get cold enough, the fish's metabolism slows down dramatically, and they don't forage quite as much for food because they're more focused on keeping their body temperature regulated. You want to think of high quality fish feed as packing on reserves so they can get through the winter well. You also want to think of that a little bit longer term down the road, as in once they make it through the winter, guess what happens next? Spawning season comes with spring. Those fish will be in a better position to spawn, to reproduce, to do the things they need to do because of that extra step, that extra care that you provided for them during the fall. Using a high quality fish feed during this time, you should be doing it all the time, but during the fall feeding is going to allow that fish to convert that pellet feed more readily and use it more easily. Their winter metabolism locks in those reserves. They are going to come out on the other side of winter ready to rock and roll for spring and for spawning season. How many seconds on my Texas Hunter should I put that spin for in the fall? As much as they'll take, y'all. I'm serious. Look at the season of fall as sort of the exception to the rule, okay? Push a little bit harder. Get that feed to those fish. Let them have as much as they'll take. When they're done eating, they'll tell you. So that's why it's really important to, be eyeballs on when you're feeding your fish. You don't want excess feed in the water. I'm not here to say that. We all know that's not a good thing. But I'm telling you, if your fish will eat a 20-second spin out of your Texas Hunter, put it to them, okay? I promise you, you will see the results down the road from the work you do now. Now found myself more interested in seeing 2-inch bluegill out here at the Slab Lab. There's no science to this. Well, there is some science to it. That small of a hook is what it's taken to catch 2-inch fish. I'm basically a pro micro fisherman at this point, okay? So there's that. We'll just let that be that. Where you put a fly and a worm on underneath a float and you catch 2-inch fish. Yeah. I know they're under there. I know they're under there. Our water is a real weird, like milky green color. We've not done any of the water reset. We are, I think, almost or right at 2 months since the fish kill. So all we've done is add beneficial bacteria. I did a post about that. Oh. I still have some worm on. I'm good. I got one. Y'all, this may be the smallest bluegill I've ever caught. How freaking cute is this? Look at that. Who wants to guess how old that bluegill is? Teeny tiny. That's a baby. That's a little old bitty bluegill right there. I'm proud of that. I'm really proud of that, okay? And I'm releasing it. Proud of that little fish right there. Not exactly what we're known for, but this is what just ate my fly out here. Beautiful bluegill. Very small. Are you getting a bite?
No, it's just going down.
This fish survived the fish kill. We've probably got a couple hundred of them out here. We don't know yet because we haven't shocked. That's what we're working with. A little bitty fly in its mouth. Dad decided to leave me down here. I'm still catching them. Little old bitty thing. So, there's that. This is where we are today, and I'm loving it. I'm sitting out here looking around at all the turtles and everything, and just, I hope y'all found some benefit to this and some value to it. I got a lot of stuff I'm getting ready to roll out. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to do my best to keep my videos at about 10 to 12 minutes. Can we compromise on that? If I can't do 10, can I do 12? Can we get a compromise? I like a good compromise. So yeah, this is what we're doing. We're rocking and rolling right into fall. If you enjoyed this video, look, this is what I'm going to start saying. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and leave me a comment below. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. I appreciate it. Hope you found some value here. If you've got a recommendation or a suggestion on something else you'd like me to sit and talk at you about, drop it in the comments below. My email is always probably going to be the first comment under the video because I love talking to y'all about pond stuff and I want to have that dialogue. I also enjoy making friends that are just as crazy as me about growing fish. So can't wait to hear from you. Like, share, subscribe. Go fish. Go feed your fish. Have a good time. Go watch your fish eat, knowing that you're giving them the best care, nutrition possible. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye.